Hi everyone, I want to talk about PvP and Battlegrounds again in Diablo Immortal. So we had the Rite of Exile on almost every single server on Sunday, and this also resets the PvP leaderboards. So I guess a lot of you guys have noticed this, that you start over again from scratch basically. So I have been able to grind up again back to gold 3, sitting at rank 1 on monks right now, at least on my server. And yeah, like everyone has been kind of thrown back into the low ranks starting at bronze 1. And man, it is a massacre in those low ranks now, because the people that were usually very high rank, like legend or high gold or something like that, are just like absolutely stomping the poor guys that just want to get their battleground daily done. And the matchmaking is completely out of control. I already made another video talking about the topic of normalizing stats in PvP so that especially resonance gets either capped or lowered or even negated entirely in PvP, so that you have like a more even matchmaking and like more even teams, because of the problem that you have some insanely big whales completely dominating teams and basically winning a game on their own, fighting the entire enemy team at once. So in some extreme cases this can happen and people actually go 1v8 and win. So this is obviously way too far for any kind of, fair competition. But in general, I believe that the whole battleground system needs a lot of work, and there needs to be better matchmaking of people of like relatively similar power. There needs to be better matchmaking of people that have some kind of like hidden matchmaking rating, like we know it from WoW, for example, where you do match against people that have high matchmaking rating, and it doesn't really depend on the actual rank you have right now. One issue that the system has is that you have to grind through the low ranks to get to the higher ranks, to gold and eventually legend. And everyone starts at bronze 1 at a new season. And this is why this whole balance is completely out of order now. So you have to grind, certain amounts of wins to get to the higher ranks again. And even if you have a really high win rate, you will be stuck in those low ranks for a while. I'm not 100% sure how the system works, because this is just the first time we had this reset and we don't really know the, behind the scenes mechanics of everything. It does seem like the game tries to push you like towards your last season's rank rather quickly. So for example, I noticed that I was constantly getting like 100 rating plus per win. So I need like 2 wins to get from bronze 1 to 2, and then 2 wins again, and 2 wins again, and so on, all the way to like gold 1 or gold 2. And I basically never lost any rating, even on a loss. So this was definitely a different experience from the first season, where I was slowly grinding through all the ranks, winning like 20, 30 rating at a time or something like that. And I had way more games to reach gold 3. And now I only did like, 30 games maybe or so, and I'm already back here. So there seems to be some kind of system in place to move people through the ranks faster when they were high already last time, but this is definitely not enough. And this leads to a lot of people just getting absolutely stomped because they were previously just sitting in low ranks, doing their daily battleground here and there, and not really too invested in PvP. And now the big whales and the big PvPers all come in all at once because of the reset, and it's not really a great experience for anyone. I think another thing that needs to be improved is the legend ranks. So initially I thought this would be like the Hearthstone system, where you get like an actual ranking and it's region wide. So this is actually not the case. So these legend ranks here are just completely useless. So all of this will be completely skipped, and this actually works by server and by class. So if anyone reaches legend rank, there will be basically guaranteed in these like top 3, maybe if there's a lot of people in this top 10 thing, but almost no one ever reaches legend. And all these other like top 11 to 50, top 51 to 100, all the way to top 1000 is just useless. So no one will ever be in those ranks, and it's like literally half the ranks that that actually exist. You see how many legend ranks there are. So I think the system also needs to be changed a bit to be actually like region wide, to have like a real ranking between players cross server, so that there is a bit of like a reason to try to push forward. Because most of the time there might actually be some servers where you don't even have anyone reaching legend, or maybe you have one guy reaching legend and he's automatically going to be the top one, and there's like up to 1,000 spots, which we don't even have 1,000 people on the leaderboards in total. But yeah, like cleaning up this legend rank system is kind of like a smaller topic, I guess. Another big issue though is the problem of matchmaking itself. So I talked about the fact that people are getting stomped in low ranks now and stuff. I guess over time this will normalize again with like the bigger PvPers just moving up to the gold ranks and legend ranks eventually. But for now, it's kind of chaos. So another problem though on the high ranks is the queue dodging. So you can see this, that, you know, sometimes you have like really long queues, you have like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes queues occasionally when you're like in the high gold ranks and the legend ranks. It can get even longer than that, I've heard. And then people also dodge the queues all the time in order to increase their chances of winning. So what I mean with this is that you can see this right now, you just cannot get into a game even after you have matched with 15 other people, because people constantly quit the queue again. So there is actually a way to see which team you're on, and the defending side has a way higher win rate than the attacking side. I don't know exactly, I haven't done like a statistic, but just my gut feeling would say you probably have a 60% chance of winning on the defending side and a 40% chance of winning on the attacking side. The system definitely favors defenders a lot, mostly because of this kill counter mechanic and because of the idle escort phase of the battleground that is, yeah, just really hard to overcome as the attacker, and it's just like imbalanced. So given equal teams, I would say it's around 40-60. So people actually try to get only on the defending side at all times, which you can actually do consistently because you actually have this ready screen. And I think the top side is always the defenders and the bottom side is always the attackers. I'm actually not 100% sure because I haven't tried it, but I know that this is how it works. So you can see the individual pop-ups. And when people press ready, you can see that depending on, you know, which slot is left as the last one, if you haven't pressed ready, you know if you're going to be on the top or the bottom team, and you can just press decline and there's no penalty. You just queue again. So people just queue over and over until they are on the right side to get higher win rates, which is obviously pretty stupid. And not only that, but people also try to coordinate to get into the same battlegrounds as a team, because you can see like who accepted, and you can see if there's like the same pattern that your friend sees, and then you know they're going to be in the same battleground, and you can actually, you know, queue up into the same people and try to team up, which is obviously a massive advantage if you combine this with some certain like, you know, class combos and like voice chat, for example. Communication in general is really bad, really low in battlegrounds, so there's almost no opportunity to type even on a PC, because despite, you know, faster typing on a PC, you cannot do it while doing anything else. So in general, there's almost no one really calling out anything. There's no one coordinating any crowd controls and these kind of things. So having people that you know, people that you're on voice with, is a really big advantage. I just want to get all these points out there because I believe the battleground system is a pretty good start. I'm actually having a lot of fun trying to grind through the ranks. I'm having a lot of fun, you know, trying to outplay enemies, learning about the game, learning about other classes, you know, fighting this kind of uphill battle as a free-to-play guy towards legend. But on the other hand, a lot of things are also kind of broken, as I had just tried to describe in this video. So we have the resonance scaling, we have the ranks not really matching the performance of a player, especially after a reset. So this will happen every few weeks, maybe every 1 to 2 months, that it will be absolute chaos and everyone is going to get stomped in the low ranks for probably a week or two, maybe longer, because of people, you know, that are way too strong just occupying those ranks as well. And then we also have the queue dodging and the grouping that is usually not possible in this game. But because you can see this ready screen, it allows people to do that. In any case, this is my 2 cents about the topic and what should change and what needs to change in my opinion to make this a better system for everyone. So let me know, what is your impression of Battlegrounds so far, like how you have experienced especially the reset after Rite of Exile, I guess. And I don't know, maybe we'll see some updates to it very soon, because I believe it's really needed to keep people engaged with the whole PvP system that is kind of the backbone of the entire game. So, hope you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more Diablo content, and I'll see you guys next time.